This is the new Pico 4 Ultra, and it's improved in so many different ways, like bigger battery, improved performance, even better display as well. But first, let's talk about what you get in the box. In the box, you get the Pico 4 Ultra headset itself. You get your manual so you can give that read. You have a USB-C cable. You have a spacer for those people that wear glasses. You also get two controllers with wristband lanyards as well, so you can secure them in place so they don't fall off when you're playing those intensive games. There's also an optional Pico motion tracker that allows for full body tracking thanks to that 6 DOF. The headset itself is untethered, so meaning you can move freely around your room or the selected area, so you can just be free. You don't have to worry about cables hanging off or anything like that. Closer look at the Pico 4 Ultra itself, we can see we have a volume rocker right up top there, and behind that on the headset itself on the frame, you get the speaker grills on either side that points to your ears, so adds to that immersive experience. And then we get the adjustment strap right up top, so you can adjust that as you wish to do so depending on your head size. We also get right to the back an adjustment dial as well, so you can scroll that to move the frame forwards and backwards to make sure it's nice and tight and snug on top of your head. On that as well is that nice soft padding as well to add that extra comfort, so if you're going to be wearing for a long period of time, you feel nice and comfortable wearing this. This is where they also place the bigger battery that we now have. It's 5,700 mAh battery, which allows you to play for a long period of time, and what I also found out is you can actually plug it in as well if you wish to do so and use it at the same time. As for charging, it also supports 45 watts charging, so you can charge that very quickly in no time at all. Moving along, we have on the right side, there's our power button there with a microphone, a little hole there that you can see. And then on the left side, we have a USB-C port for charging and data transfer. And if we look at the Pico 4 Ultra face on, we see some sensors all around it and cameras. But the two new improvement that's really awesome is those two new cameras up front, which are 32 megapixel cameras, which allows for mixed reality experience. So you can see what's around you at the same time and interact with stuff. And it's just pretty cool. And then you get your heat dissipation ventilation grills up top and right at the bottom as well, which allows this to stay cool under those intensive gaming experience or multitasking or whatever it is you want to do. And all around just looks really good. It's nicely balanced as well and weighted, so you're not going to feel like it's too heavy on the back or too heavy on the front. And when we look on the inside, we get the pancake lens, which would adjust electronically or digitally in the settings, so you can adjust it to go wider or closer, just allow you to get that sharp image as much as possible. You can also easily just place your spacer in there. You just have to remove that front cushion, the face cushion, remove that, and then place the spacer, place the cushion back on top, and you're good to go. If you don't need it, if you don't wear glasses, you can just leave it as it is, as default, and you can just adjust the lenses, and you're good to go in terms of being able to see sharply. The display itself offers UHD 4K plus display at up to 90 Hz, and you get 105 degrees field of view, and the immersive feeling of this is really good in terms of you put it on, you look around, and it just takes you to a totally different world, and I really love it. Elsewhere, we have 12 gigabytes of RAM for the ultimate multitasking experience, 256 gigabytes of UFS 3.1 storage to store all your games and content as much as you want. You have Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.3 for faster and more stable connectivity. And like I said earlier, you get 5,700 mAh battery for all-day gaming with 45 watt fast charging. This is running on Android 14, and powering this is the latest Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2. On the controller, it's nice and compact as well. I love what they've done here. In terms of just the way it's built, it feels nice and comfortable in hand. It's got batteries already included, so you don't have to go out and buy another battery. You get all your regular controls like the joy button, the D-pad, and options for menu and capture and so on, and the triggers on the back. It's just all there and very familiar, so you get used to it straight away. And also make sure you put your wrist straps on, because that way you're nice and secure when you're playing those sporty games. You don't want this flying everywhere in the house. The setup process is very straightforward as well. You pop it on, follow the instructions, and you're good to go. You can map the room to let the device know how far you're willing to go and stuff like that. And what I love is when you come out your zone, the mixed reality experience, the outside of camera opens up so you can see what's around you, so you don't end up walking into things. So rest assured, you'd be nice and safe wearing this. Okay, now that we've gone through the controller, we've gone through the headset in terms of what you get, the spec, the design, and so on and so forth. Let's pop this on and actually go through the user interface. Okay, so we have the headset on right now. So we're going to go through everything that you see on the user interface. So straight away, you can see the immersive nature of it. So you can see this virtual world that's just all around me. So I can literally turn around and see the rocks, and you can even see some of the butterflies and stuff like that. So let me grab the controllers. So we have them here. They appear as well in the virtual world, so you can see what I'm holding in my hand, which is pretty cool. That way I know that I've definitely got them in my hand, and also picking up the right sides as well. So this main menu is here, and what you can do, for example, is you can move this around by using the trigger, front trigger button on the controller. So I can move this window anywhere that I want to in this virtual world. So I can place that behind me, I can place that in front of me, like so. So let's go through the settings and some of these options here. So we have right at the top, if I scroll all the way up, you can see the account information. So you go to account center. With Pico, you can do a bunch of stuff once you have an account. You got your system update. This is up to date. We've got the current version there. Got your wireless options, Bluetooth option in terms of settings and so on. And then you got your interaction. So this we can switch between using our hands and the controller as well. And you can also turn off the gesture completely if you wish to do so. So you can see there, controller, the gestures. You got click, drag, home, recenter things. You can do all that stuff. Dominant and it's there as well. Then we go to display settings. We've got auto wake, brightness level, so we can go all the way up or down. I just leave it about there. And then we've got eye protection as well. So you can do that so everything becomes a bit better for your eyes, not so bright, and it's a bit more warm. It's kind of warmer as well to make it better, I think. And then we go to pupil distance. This is where you can do the settings for your eye settings. So you can go all the way here. So you can go down or go all the way up. And for me, I have to use 7:2 just to make sure I see things nice and sharp. We go to camera and see-through. So you can see here, click clap camera there. You got uninterrupted capture. So you can constantly capture stuff. It says when enabled, the camera will continue running even when you remove the headset, allow you to capture photos and videos while holding the headset. This could be cool if you want to film like a selfie or something like that with it. You got frame rate as well, so you can do 30 frames or 60 frames, so slow-mo could be an option here. And then we go to virtual environment. In virtual environment, so we can select what we can see around us. So we've got summer, you can see that changes almost instantaneously. So you can see there, pretty cool. And then I'll leave it on summer actually, and we can download some more as well, some new styles there as well you can try out. I kind of like this one, it looks cool. And then we've got safeguard. So here is like things like safety, collision alert, so you don't walk into things. It lets you know by default you can do late or early, so entirely up to you. But here as well, we can set up our boundary and stuff, so you can do boundary setup. So if you move to a different room or anything like that, we can start to adjust the boundary. So you can see here, it's got this boundary here for me set, so I can do confirm. And also you can extend it if you want to. So you can see how this allows you to move it in and out. So you can extend and move things up and down as well. But anyway, that's nice and simple to do. Confirm your boundary settings. And then we can move this forwards as well, move it away from us or closer to me, as you can see there. I move it kind of away there. We can also adjust the floor level as well using the settings. Do things like control a vibration alert, control activating see-through as well. You can do all that stuff. And then you got advanced settings in terms of the distance sensitivity, in terms of the way that it just goes up, forwards and backwards. You can change that as well. You got things like speed sense and so on. So there's a lot of stuff here that you can do in terms of safeguarding yourself to make sure you don't walk into things or end up breaking the device. And then we go to room capture. It says mixed reality capture tools to map out your physical space and outline objects and furniture, enabling immersive experiences with simulated collision and occlusion effect. So we can set that up just to show you as well. So let's go here, agree and continue. It starts to scan the room. So you look around to scan as much of the room as possible so it knows. So as you can see there, it knows that this is a table, for example. Oh, that says the wall there, so we know that's the wall. And it's just set up for if you want to play with it and stuff like that. So now we got the data there, which we can clear anytime we want. We can remove it if we want to remove the room itself. It's entirely up to you. One thing that's also pretty cool is being able to connect this to my MacBook and use this as a virtual desktop. So basically, if I pop this on, I'll show you guys just that now. Okay, screen recording. So right now you have my PC, which is my desktop, my MacBook, sorry, which is right here in front of us. So as you can see there, all I have to do is basically download the Connect app, which is that one there. You can see it on the bottom tray there. So once you download that and you download that also to your desktop, you can then stream to this. So it just opens the world up to many more things, so like streaming games as well, you'll be able to do so. But here you can see that I have 3 monitors. If I select monitor 1, it will switch over to what was on the monitor one, so you can see my notes that I was making for this Pico 4 Ultra. You can see the YouTube videos that I was going to watch. If I do screen 2, it shows you some of the stuff that I was looking at. So another website just to download the actual Pico Connect app earlier on. So you can see all my web browser tabs as well. And if I go 3, again, you can see this YouTube video that I was watching earlier on. But what's great about this is, just to show you how powerful this is, I can move that window over there and you can see another windows over here for the store. I can bring that back down here and see what that looks like here. I can stack it up like so I can have that show in maybe WhatsApp or whatever in this virtual environment. And then at the bottom, I can load whatever it is I want to load on there. So for example, I can go into my library and maybe, let's have browser here. And then the browser, I can move over there as well. So you can see there, I can just multitask because this is able to run all this at the same time using that 12 gigabytes of RAM and also that Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2. The processor, they're all working really well with the RAM to make sure that's delivering that experience I want it to be in this virtual environment, and also the multitasking capability. If I go to immersive and I turn it off, I can still see what's going on in the background. I can still see my MacBook in the background over there, my studio and camera and wherever. So it just works really well. You got screencast and recording settings. So things like the aspect ratio, which I find really useful, is here. So you can change the aspect ratio for the things that you record. So if you want to share it later on Instagram, you'll be able to change that to 9:16, for example, and you're good to go. Resolution can do 1080p or 720p, depending on what you want. You can record audio as well. If you go to performance, we have high display quality. So let me just prioritize that. Got high multi-window performance as well. So if you have loads of windows open, you might want to prioritize that instead. Battery savers there, control center, you can remove things. Got notification settings, your app management, so you can see all your apps and stuff. And if you go to about, this is where we can see what this is. If you go to about, we can see what everything's about. So Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2, Pico 4 Ultra, tells you my storage limit, 12 gigabytes of RAM, resolution, all that information that you might want to see, and Android 14, all there for you. So that's about it with settings. This button here that says immersive allows us to adjust what we can see around us. So you can see there, I can go back to the virtual environment, I can press it again and I can see my environment. So now I can see my camera there and my studio space. We'll put that back on for now. Tapping the clock here, this is our control center. We tap that, allows us to see what's going on. So that screencast, performance, and wireless connectivity, screenshot, screen recording. You can see I'm recording the screen right now, and a bunch of other settings are available to you from that control center. And then we've got camera, which allows you to capture spatial video and pictures as well, something similar to what you can do on the Apple Vision Pro, for example, or your iPhone. So you can capture them and view them on here, as well as use this to actually capture spatial audio with video and spatial photos as well. Pretty cool, right? Let's come out of this. Okay, so we've got friends at the bottom there, file manager, so you can see all the captured content. We've got browser for the internet if you want to. You've got store to download stuff. You've got explore, and we've got library. So right in front of us here, we can see all the stuff that's installed, as well as some of the applications as well, as you can see there, including Pico Connect and our motion tracker as well. Motion tracker allows us to have this full body tracking, which I'll demo for you guys shortly. Okay, let's talk about these Pico motion trackers. So these are to be worn on your ankles, which I'll show you guys when we start using it as well. But to pair them and get them working, you have to press the pairing buttons, which are on the side here, until it starts to flash red, blue light like so. So once you've put the motion trackers into pairing mode, so it's flashing red and blue, we then have to go to library here. So we click library, and then you should see motion tracker app here. So we just have to tick that. Click agree to continue, got it. And these are to be worn on your ankles as well to allow for that full body tracking situation. So obviously the hands are doing the hands bit, and then the trackers, the motion trackers will be doing the rest of the body and stuff. So we'll go start now. And then you see the next steps, which is just to set my my height. So if I click that, I'm about 172, 175 or so. 175 is fine. And then we click pair, and then you can see that they're connected over there. So it's pairing now. There we go. So once you set your height, you do the tracking process. You can see both trackers there. So you need two motion trackers paired as well. So you can calibrate it if you need to do so. So that's basically that. So that's now that's now connected, and you know, I can then connect that to my ankle and just get ready to start using it with different games that supports it. One of the cool things once you get everything connected is if you go back to the control center, you can see the battery life of everything we have connected. So you can see the 13% on the headset right now, and full battery on the controllers, and you can see the trackers as well. The motion trackers, their battery life is also right at the top, so you can keep an eye on things if you need to do so. But we can go back to our sports app here, which allows us to then try out the tracker. So the trackers are on feet right now, and this is a really cool app. We have all-in-one sports in VR. So we have an app here that will use the tracker as well, so you can see this like KP ups or something like that, some sort of football game. So that's it for the Pico 4 Ultra. As always, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any questions, drop them there as well. If you're interested in picking one of these up, right now there's a pre-order bundle up until the 19th of September, which gives you the Pico motion tracker. It gives you that for free and 4 free games as well, which that's a fantastic deal to me. So do check it out.